In the previous lectures, we created the message structure. We modified the UI color to be able to go from hex string to the actual color, and we created the thread. Now, what we need to do is create a thread manager to be able to handle multiple threads. We want to be able to create a thread, add new threads, save images, load images, and delete threads as well. So we want to be able to manipulate threads, right? So which are like conversations. And by the way, if you want to start from some good place, you can always go to AppsFresh to get the source code there. All right, having said that, let's go ahead and work on the thread manager. I'm going back to Xcode, and I have the thread here. And what I want to do next is create the thread manager. So I'm going to right click in the groups and file under the AI manager project and create a new file. And I'm going to name this file, by the way, Swift file. I'm going to name it thread manager with an uppercase M and an uppercase T, or the T of thread and the M of manager. And make sure it's added to the target. Create. Here we go. Now, I might need the UI kit, so I'm just going to import the UI kit. I might not, but it's always safer to get it because it's usually used a lot, especially if I'm going to add, save and load images. It's probably a good idea to add the UI kit. And let's create the class thread manager. And by the way, I want this one to be a static class or a singleton. And to be able to do this, we're going to add a thread manager as a shared one. So this one will have one instance that's always the same instance here. And then let's add a key for the threads so that we want to save and retrieve. So we're going to have a key for the local store, and the threads key would be threads, just like that. And let's create a document directory where we're going to save that, because we're going to save this in the document inside of the device, the phone device. So private let documents directory is equal to file manager dot the default file manager URLs, and that would be for, there we go. So for, that would be the dot documents directory, this one. And it's asking for the search path, so that would be in the user mask. So dot user domain mask. And by the way, this retrieves a list or an array of directories. So let's just get the first one. And I don't like to do this, but just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put an exclamation point, meaning that it's never gonna be empty. It has to be, it will never be null, right? And I know for a fact that it will work. The only time it won't work is that maybe we have a permission denied and we cannot access the directories. So it's something, watch for permission denied. Okay, that's user needs to allow access. Okay. All right. So some of the things we need. So we need to create some threads. So we need to be able to create threads that would be an array. Then we need to also be able to save an image. And we also need to retrieve image. Okay, so get image, retrieve. So we need to save it to local, retrieve the image. We need to add a thread. And we will also need to be able to delete the thread, right? If somebody is done with the conversation, we can delete the thread. Okay, so that's probably what we need so far. And I'm going to stop this lecture here, and we'll continue in the next part.